Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of our Career Video Library series with NSC Career Services. My name is Zach Kaczynski. I'm the Coordinator of Employer Relations here in the Career Services Center. I'm joined today by Nadine Franklin, who is from the FBI, and she's going to talk a little bit about some of the opportunities that she has there for students. So let me go ahead and have her introduce herself, and then we will jump right into it.
Hi, good morning. I'm a special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I am also the Las Vegas Division recruiter.
Awesome, thank you. So can you tell us a little bit about the FBI and the purpose and the functions of the agency?
Well, the Federal Bureau of Investigation started up a long time ago, and the purpose of it was to investigate federal crimes. We operate under the U.S. Department of Justice. We investigate federal crimes, and we also aid the United States Attorney's Office in prosecuting federal crimes. Additionally, we do assist local state agencies, federal law enforcement agencies that need help. One example would have been that October 1 shooting here in Las Vegas. It was not our case because it was not a federal crime, but we did aid them with a lot of assistance. Makeup would be the Federal Bureau of Investigation consists of special agents who are law enforcement agents who are armed. And then we have intelligence analysts that do aid the special agents in assisting us in investigating cases. And then we have a whole variety of professional support jobs, too numerous to mention. It goes from auto mechanics to electronic technicians, we have nurses, we have a veterinarian. We have so many jobs, there's just too many to mention right now.
Awesome. So how did you come to work at the FBI? And can you talk briefly about the path that you took to get to your current position?
Well, when I was in college, I really enjoyed my criminal justice classes. And I thought I might want to go into law enforcement. I was actually a business major because I did not have criminal justice as an option at the school that I went to. So I majored in business and I really wasn't interested in it. So I did start to apply for a police department in Los Angeles, the LAPD. And then my mom got a little freaked out by that. So I ended up going back home and going to law school instead. So I practiced law for about 5 years, and maybe my first year of practicing, I saw an ad in our bar journal for special agents. And I thought, I can do that. So I applied. It took me about 2 years to get into that. And then the first thing they did was they sent me to Quantico. So I was in Quantico, Virginia for 5 months. And then they put me in San Francisco, and that was my first office.
Great, thank you so much. I'm curious, did you end up finishing your business degree?
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I have a bachelor's in business, and then I went on to law school after that.
No worries, I was just curious because that's a very common story that, people don't end up really wanting to be what they majored in. And I like to tell students, that you aren't really locked down to the major that you pick necessarily. Right. It really depends. So I was just curious. So what opportunities are available to NS students with the FBI?
For students, we have the HIP program, the Honors Internship Program. It's open for applications mid-August through mid-September every year. I don't have dates because it varies every year. But if you go into our FBIjobs.gov website, it'll tell you when it's going to be open. And then you can put an application in for about a month-long period you have. And then because all of our, every position in the FBI requires a top secret clearance. So it can take up to 1 year to process people. So you wouldn't start working until the following June. So we do a very comprehensive background investigation. There are other requirements that you do have to be a US citizen. You have to be a continuing full-time college student. So you can't be ready to graduate. You can't be a freshman, so sophomore year and above. And you have to have a 3.0. And I don't know if I mentioned you have to be a US citizen as well. But we do a very comprehensive background. We have drug requirements. You couldn't have used marijuana in the last year. We do drug test everyone, and we also polygraph people. And you could not have used any other hard drugs within the last 10 years besides marijuana. So those are the requirements for the HIP. There's also the CHI, which is called the Collegiate Hiring Initiative. It's open at the same time as the HIP every year, so mid-August to mid-September, and that's for soon-to-be graduates, people who are going to be graduating within I think it's 6 months, or if you recently graduated. The CHI every year lists a variety of opportunities that we have, different jobs you can apply for and what the requirements are, and you basically put your name in with a pool of applicants. And then when there's openings, they'll offer you an opening if you qualify. And it'll be at different places. It might not necessarily be in Las Vegas or in Nevada, because we are a smaller office, so we can't absorb everyone, but it could be any place in our 56 field offices, which includes Alaska and Hawaii and San Juan as well. But they let you rank which offices you would want to go to. And when job openings come up, they'll send them out to you when they're available. So that's for students. For beyond being a student, if you're interested in a special agent position, we have about 14,000 special agents right now throughout the United States and also overseas. We do have about 20% of females who are special agents, which is nice. We're the largest percentage of female population for all law enforcement agencies throughout the United States and throughout the world too, which is kind of neat. So I always tell people, women, if you're interested, don't let it hold you back, because I never carried a gun before. I never touched a gun in my life until I went to Quantico. So if you want to do it, I think you should go for it. The difference between being a special agent, you are going to have to carry a gun 24/7 when you're on duty. There are a lot of working hours. You do have to move. You have to be relocated. You usually can't come back to where you processed out of unless it's a big field office like Los Angeles or San Francisco. So people from Las Vegas can't come back to Las Vegas. I'm originally from Hawaii, and I wanted to go back to Hawaii, but I couldn't. So you do have to be willing to go. I got transferred to San Francisco, and about 7 years ago, I was able to transfer here.
Awesome, thank you. So what do you look for in qualified candidates for these opportunities?
Well, I think I mentioned already about the honors internship program. You do have to have a 3.0, and you have to be a continuing college student. They are emphasizing more on the computers right now, because everybody knows cybersecurity is a big deal right now, ransomware and all that. So anybody who's majoring in computers would be a very good candidate for us to consider. We do need attorneys. So if someone's in law school, we do like attorneys. If you're in pre-law, that's always a good major too now. Accounting's great. We love CPAs. Almost every crime has some financial aspect to it. So we do hire a lot of CPAs, and they're one of our top priorities in hiring. And then with this CHI, it's you have to have a 3.0 GPA as well, and have graduated or will be graduating with a bachelor's degree. And it can be in almost any major, depending on what kind of position you're looking for. Special agent, we have an open application all the time. You do have to have 1 year of professional work experience if you have a master's degree or a law degree, and 2 years of professional work experience if you have a bachelor's degree.
Okay, great. So if students are interested in any of these positions, how do they apply? And I think you talked about deadlines and timing and things like that, but how do they apply?
So everything is on our website, fbijobs.gov. It's an excellent website, and it actually explains about all the career opportunities we have in the Bureau and what's expected, especially with the special agent. There's a lot of hoops you have to jump through. You also have to pass a fit test. So the fit test requirements are on there. Everything's on fbijobs.gov. I also have a mailbox that anybody can email me if they have any questions, and it's Las Vegas applicants at fbi.gov.
And I will have all that information under the video. So all that information will be somewhere near this video where you are watching it.
Okay.
So my little bonus question here that I like to ask every employer that I meet with, which is, what is a piece of career or life advice you wish someone had given you when you were a student?
There's probably a lot of things. Maybe focus on my schoolwork more in college. That probably would have been a good thing. But also major in something that you enjoy. People are always emailing me through my applicant box and asking me what they should major in. And I still think that, because all you need is a bachelor's degree to apply to be an FBI agent. So I think you should really do something that you're going to enjoy, because I think you're going to excel more in something that you enjoy. So I wish somebody had given me a little bit more advice on different types of opportunities that, were available to me. But
Absolutely. And I completely agree with that advice. I mean, if you're doing something that you're interested in, you're going to do better. You're going to retain the information more. The information is going to mean more to you at the end of the day. And I think students will be surprised that in a lot of fields, again, your major does not necessarily limit you. A lot of fields, a lot of employers are open to all sorts of backgrounds. A lot of times the work experience that you have ends up being a much larger factor.
Definitely. And people think that because we're, a law enforcement agency, you have to major in criminal justice. No. We love people who come in with science backgrounds. We have, my husband's also an agent. He's an engineer. He's also a pilot. We need pilots. So if anybody is interested in becoming a pilot, we'd love to hire you at the FBI. But we hire all kinds of people, which is great, because we're a very diverse organization.
Awesome. Love that. So if students have additional questions about anything that they heard here, how can they reach out to you?
So the Las Vegas applicants at FBI.gov is probably the best way to do that.
Okay, awesome. And again, all that information will be in the description where they're looking at this video. So thank you so much. That's all of my questions. I really appreciate your time. And just thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and students, if you have any additional questions and you want preparation applying to any of these positions or any other positions, please don't hesitate to make an appointment with our office. We're taking some in person now, so if it's the fall, you can stop by, see if we're open. But otherwise, you can make an appointment at calendly.com/NSC Career, and that information will be under this video as well. All right, thank you everybody for watching, and have a great day.